21 to 25, I believe. They're all short chapters. So I'm reading the case of Brianna Jenkins for the one that don't know. If you want to catch up on the rest of the book, I do have the rest of the book under my other videos. Just go to my channel and look. What we're doing is we're going over the book, the case of Brianna Jenkins, and we're looking at the similarities between that book and the case of Kanika Jenkins. So on chapter 21, the murderer is. Michaela turned to face me and grabbed her arm hard and started to breathe hard and hug. Victoria, what's wrong? We found out who the murderer is, I whispered in her ear. Say ear or car? I whispered in her ear and told Leslie, a police officer came by us. We're on our way to do the arrest. You girls want to come along? We all nodded. We went inside the car and drove to our destination. We knocked on the door. The murderer answered. You're under arrest for the murder of Brianna Jenkins. She ran and policemen came and tackled her to the ground and cuffed her and took her inside the police car at the station. I can't believe you would do this. Out of all the people, I said, you're her mother. How could you do this to your own daughter? It was a big surprise to us all that Brianna's mother killed her. She threatened to tell people about my affair. She blackmailed me. She became evil. She was no longer my daughter. Michaela went up to her and slapped her. You bitch. Sorry, y'all. This is in the book and I gotta read it, okay? You bitch. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. 2 men came in and took Michaela out the room. I deserve that. Damn right, Leslie said. 3 weeks later, I'm in the case of Mrs. Janine Jenkins. In the case of Mrs. Janine Jenkins, we plead her guilty, locked up till death. Her husband cried at 3 reasons. His wife cheated. She was getting locked up forever, and his daughter was killed by her. He was fucked up. Short chapter. Sorry, didn't have ideas. Chapter 22. Being tested. 2 months later. All right, Mrs. Victoria. We have the results in your STD test. I sat up straight and looked at the blank part of the papers. Yes, I'm sorry to say that. It's positive. You have an STD. My eyes were about to produce a waterfall. I felt like my life was over. I gotten an STD because of him. Ty, are you sure? The doctor nodded slowly. Yes, I'm afraid so. But what made you come here today? I was raped a few months ago and I just wanted to see if I was STD positive. And apparently I am. Oh, look here. Your life is still worth living. A man will come into your life and will love you anyways. Don't think you'll never be loved again. I forced a smile and looked down, watching the teardrops hit the white tiled floor. Thank you for your time. I got up and fast walked my way out. I had to make a visit. Chapter 23. The visit. Yes, I would like to talk to Ty Rivers, please. Ty Rivers. Same initials. A security guard came and sent me into a room. Security guard. Ty came in and sat down. Victoria, he said slowly. Hello, Ty. What are you doing here? He asked. What does it look like to visit you? Okay, but why? I have some news. Wait, don't tell me I got you pregnant or something. I giggled. No, it's much worse than that. You gave me STD. What? So what the hell is the STD? Like, it's not saying what it is, just saying STD. You gave me this. What? I didn't know I had STD. I sighed. You never been tested, haven't you? He shook his head. Not since I was in 10th grade when I first lost my virginity. Think about how many other girls you have. Think about how many other girls you have STD to So I guess spread STDs to Ty. Look what you have done. I almost began to cry. I hate you and I want to see you burn. That's how much I hate you, Ty. I want to see you in pain. Dying slowly, painfully, right in front of my big brown eyes. Ty stared at me in fear. You think 10 years in jail will make me feel better? At least I asked for time, Victoria. Damn it. I could be free right now because really what I did was classified as rape. You should be appreciative. I stood up and slapped Ty. Fuck you, Ty. A security guard came and took me out of the room and Ty was rubbing his cheek. I drove home and got a call from Michaela. Hey Vic, what's up? I have STD. There was a long moment of silence. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's okay. It could be worse. I could be pregnant. Yeah, so Brianna's dad called my parents and told us the funeral is this Friday. Okay, I'll talk to you later. I'm gonna go take a shower. Okay, bye. I hung up. Chapter 24, The Funeral. We were all dressed in all black. Black shoes, black dresses, black eyeliner, everything. Everybody was here. Us, our parents, our siblings, Andrew, policemen, Brianna's dad, Brianna's other family members, and Brianna's mother in cuffs. Brianna's family members filled up the first 4 rows and we sat behind them. Brianna's mom sat in the very back surrounded by policemen. Brianna's dad went up. Brianna, she was special. She was beautiful, a sweet-hearted girl who didn't want no harm for anyone. But she was killed by that monster I once called my wife, my soulmate, the love of my life. But I don't want to go into much of that. Brianna, you will be missed by me, by friends, and certainly by family. Rest in peace, Bree. Rest in peace. Everyone clapped, and you could hear little whimpers. Soon after, Brianna's grandmother, grandpa, aunts, and uncles, and even Andrew went up and made their speech about Brianna. Brianna's dad turned around and asked if we wanted to go up, and we all decided yes. Michaela spoke first. Brianna was one of my closest best friends, as you may know. She knew how to put a smile on your face and how to make you laugh. She smiled. A tear slipped out. She smiled. A tear slipped out. I will miss her so much. Michaela stepped down and went back to her seat. Next was me. I'm Victoria. When we were younger, people used to think me and Brianna were sisters because we would hang out a lot and always be at each other's houses. And we've been told we look alike. Although me and her weren't sisters, she was like my sister in so many ways. I love you, Brianna. I stepped down and Leslie went next. I've been to a funeral since my great-grandmother died when I was young. Even though she was family, Brianna seems to hurt me even more. Don't get me wrong, I love her, but I feel closer with Bree. I can't believe you're gone so soon. I'll miss you for all eternity. Leslie came down to sit and the church choir started to sing. 1 hour later, we all walked out the church. So where we go from here? I asked. I guess we just live in peace now. Bree's gone, Dev's gone, Ty's locked up. We can go home now, not worrying, Leslie said. It's all over now. We all looked at each other. So you guys want to go to the movies? I asked. We suddenly all laughed. After everything that's happened, we are still able to laugh. They nodded and we walked off. Chapter 25, and then came the end. 10 years later, Michaela has been busy with her work and being a writer that she hasn't been in a relationship since Brianna's funeral. Yes, even though she's been alone for 10 years, She really hasn't been alone. She's been with Leslie and Victoria and other friends. Michaela has published a book called The Case of Brianna Jenkins. It was really popular. Over 2 million copies were sold over the world. Leslie has done the unthinkable and married Brianna's boyfriend, ex, Andrew. Leslie never had any feelings for him when he was dating her, and he hasn't feelings for him when he was dating her, and hasn't, I guess, been with her. But over 10 years, they've gotten closer and closer. They have 2 children, expecting another one in a few months. But life has been kind of hard ever since Andrew joined the military. Victoria really hasn't really been in any relationships because of her having STD. So STD must mean HIV. Okay, that's what I had assumed. Or something. It's something, who knows? Herpes, HIV, I don't know, something that lasts, forever, because 10 years later she still hasn't been with anybody, and she's worried about the rest of her life and relationships. She still has a lot of, because, let's see, she's tried, but because of that, so many men left her. Victoria still hasn't managed to forgive Ty. She still has a lot of hatred against him, but after all, she's fine. They still remember Brianna. Let's see what I said. They still remember Brianna, no doubt, but they finally moved on because the case of Brianna Jenkins is finally closed. New book cover is temporarily. I just wanted y'all to see the characters from my point of view. Thanks and enjoy reading. Thanks. Okay, so there we go. The book has been completed. I've gotten all the chapters out. So yes, leave your comments and feedback below. If you have anything to send me, send it to my email. My email is in the description box below also. Thank you, and I'll be back on later. You guys have a great day. Thanks.